is Rootwork, ladies and gentlemen. Rootworkstyle.com. I got my Rootwork shirt on right now. I got the Rootwork shirt. Come on, thing, turn it down. I got the Rootwork shirt on right now. What's going on, man? I'm here. Waiting on everybody to come on, get in this room. Waiting on everybody to come on, get up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have all of you in here so far, ladies and gentlemen. So did y'all get a notification? Did you get your notifications that I'm live right now? Let me start putting this up on my Facebook and the rest of the social media. Let me put this up on my Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, retweet, let everybody know that we're live right now. Hold on. And join me. All right, I'm just letting everybody know that we're live right now, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys give me a nice retweet. Let me throw this up on my Facebook real quick to let everybody know that we got it crack-a-lacking right now. And then you guys do the same. Put this up on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and all that good stuff. And we are in the building. Let me put one more post up and then we're good to go. And y'all bear with me, you know, that a little under the weather a little bit. The cold is coming and going. I had a little bug that was coming, fought it off, and then it circled back around and circled the block and it caught me. So I'm feeling a little sickness going on or coming on, but I'm trying to fight it off. Okay. But we're here. What's going on, man? Everybody pile on in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the building. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about on tonight's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me give a shout out to my moderators. We got Michael Warden in the building. Where's Nikki? Hopefully we find Nikki in the building. So get some black seed oil. I might have to get that. Some of those that black seed oil, some of the actual oil, you know, that gives it has the bowels percolating a little bit. Yeah. Someone say get the black seed oil. But listen, where are my other moderators? I see Nikki and Michael. Where are my other mods in here? Want to make sure my mods are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen. Now listen, we got to get into the Denzel thing. We got to talk about our good brother, Mr. Denzel Washington, one of my favorite actors. Love that brother. Phenomenal brother. What's up, Woke Video? Stay woke. Shout out to our moderator, Woke Video. But listen. Get some elder. You know what? We got some of those. I need to take some. That's what I should have taken. I should have taken those earlier because we actually do have some. So I should have taken some of those earlier. But listen, family, tonight we're talking about the buck-breaking rituals that's done in Hollywood. And this has been talked about many, many times. People have always talked about the rituals, the humiliation rituals in Hollywood when it comes to black males. That's been in the entertainment business from day one. Going back to the vaudeville shows, they would do humiliation rituals for black men. Black men would have to put on blackface and act like white men pretending to be black men in order to portray a subservient image of what a black man was. Childish, goofy, unintelligent, ignorant, lazy. They've always had to promote an inferior position of a black male. The black male had two positions in the entertainment industry. They're going to portray them as being overgrown children. They're going to be overgrown children, or they're going to be substitute women. All right? So with the Stepin Fetchits and the Mantan Morelands, all of these people, they would always show black males in these childlike images. Then getting into the 70s, we started to see great comedians like the legendary Flip Wilson, who was a legendary comic. But Flip Wilson, his main character was him dressing in drag, portraying a woman named Geraldine. How many of you guys are old enough to remember Flip Wilson? The Geraldine character was a funny character, but it was only, wait, can y'all hear me? People are saying the volume is low. Is the volume low, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on. Lazy. They've always had to have. Okay, it's good on my end. How's the volume on your end, ladies and gentlemen? There's a couple of people talking about the volume low. Okay. The volume seems good on my end, ladies and gentlemen. All right. But y'all remember the Geraldine character. Okay, people can hear me. Okay, so we're good. So it's not, my volume is good. All right. Now, some of you are on a Kamala computer. You guys got a free computer at a Kamala rally, and that shit don't work. Y'all got a Kamala collard green computer. You got one of them computers that was soaking in the tub with the greens that Kamala was soaking. But like I was saying, man, that image of the black man, you had Flip Wilson, who was one of the few black men to have his own television show at that time. You know, he's doing a character in drag. So they started to show these images of black men, and they said, okay, if we get black men in Hollywood, if we bring them in, we've got to throw some dresses on them. Now, this became very prevalent in the 90s. This became very prevalent in the 90s, putting black men in dresses. Very ritualistically. You have to show In Living Color, where you had the Wanda character, and you had, which was funny, very funny characters. They were funny. Then you had the Shanae character, which was very funny. You started to see that, and then when the rise of Tyler Perry, then he blew up in Hollywood late 90s, early 2000s. You had The Fifth Element with Chris Tucker, the movie CB4. Y'all remember CB4? They had Chris Rock dressed as a woman in a scene in that movie. Some of y'all might not remember CB4. They had Chris Rock dressed as a woman. Then they had Wesley Snipes. He's this big action hero. Then they put him in a dress in the movie To Wong Fu. They had him in a dress. Then they had Holiday Heart. The name of the game was to get these big macho black men and put them in a dress. Yeah, they had Steve Urkel playing Myrtle Urkel. All right. They had Steve Urkel playing a girl on the Family Matters show. Yeah. Yeah, then Larry Johnson was playing the Grandmama character. They had this big buff basketball player running around playing Grandmama in a dress, dunking in a dress. Yeah. So this was the thing. This was a thing. So a lot of people started to take notice to it. And our good sister, Dr. Welsing, and my brother Neely Fuller, they talked about this, how the system of white supremacy will have the black man in a dress. Did they have Shaq in a dress? They had Charles Barkley in a dress too, by the way. Y'all Google that. They had Charles Barkley in a dress. They had to get these big, buff black men, put them in dresses. Y'all Google that. Barkley. Then they had Joanna Man, the Joanna Man movie. So that was the thing. Then the Nutty Professor, which was funny. I'm not saying this to tear these films down. And then Big Mama's House, and yeah, it was a thing. It was just an onslaught of these black men in dresses. And that was to send a message. It's like, okay, if we put you up here, we're going to have to stain your image to a certain degree. Tracy Morgan in The Longest Yard. Yeah, Richard Pryor in the movie JoJo Dancer. They had Richard Pryor in drag too. Do y'all remember that? In the movie JoJo Dancer, they had Richard Pryor in drag. Yes, in Norbit, right? All right. Real talk. But certain actors were able to avoid the dress for a long time. And Kevin Hart, they had him on Saturday Night Live. They put a dress on him in Saturday Night Live. In the movie White Chicks with the Wayans brothers, they had them as white women. So there's always been this thing. Some of the older ones, they were not able to get them, like Samuel L. Jackson. They didn't get Morgan Freeman in a dress. Didn't get him. Some of the older ones, some of the more seasoned veterans. And Denzel, they're not going to get him in a dress, but sometimes they'll try to do something as close to that. But the name of the game is always to get the big, buff, masculine black men, put them in a dress to have them do something dainty. Yeah, Terry Crews. We see what they did with Terry Crews. Remember, Tiny Lister, he did not do the other Friday movie. The one where they were, the Christmas one. Friday After Next. He didn't do that because I think he got that script and saw what they were trying to do with Debo. Where Debo got out of prison and he liked dudes. And Tiny, remember, I played some interviews of Tiny. Debo, like, no, they got me messed up. He went off. He was like, yo, man, I ain't compromising my relationship with God. He was going off. So for that role, for the Debo role, they got Terry Crews. That's why they don't have Tiny Lister in Friday After Next. They got Terry Crews. Yeah? So that's what it was. Yeah, Bernie Mac wasn't in a dress. They didn't put him in a dress. Yeah? Yeah, listen, with Debo, remember, with Friday After Next, look, on next Friday, Debo went to jail, and I think they broke out, and then he went back to jail or something like that. So I guess the script was for Friday After Next. Debo was supposed to get out of jail, and then he liked dudes or whatever. And Tiny Lister, he was doing interviews, like talking down, like, hey man, they trying to get me to play these roles, playing these gay roles. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that, man. I'm not compromising my relationship with God. So he was kind of going off. So that's why they got Terry Crews to play the big, buff, heavy guy in the movie. You know? So a lot of the older cats, you might not be able to get them in a dress. So they'll try to do some things to kind of finagle them into a moist character. Yeah? Right, now listen, even though Bernie never, this is what I'm saying, even if they can't put you in a dress, they will do something with your character, like Bernie Mac in the movie Life. Bernie Mac was a gay character in the movie Life. Now, he didn't do anything sexual. Everything was implied. But they made his character moist in that movie. Yeah? Remember, go look at the movie Life. So a lot of times they might not be able to get you in a dress, but they can have you do something. They'll have you push that line. What was that movie, Queen and Slim? They had Bokeem Woodbine, who's a macho guy. One of his girlfriends in the movie, his chick, was actually a transgender person. They never really acknowledged it in the film, but it was a real life trans person. Now they could have. Why didn't they cast a woman actor? Why did they have this guy in a romantic setting with a trans person? Yeah. Just like on the movie, the TV show, The Chi. Remember on the TV show, The Chi, you had this character who was a gangster, a drug dealing gangster, and then they wanted to make his girlfriend a trans. The dude actually quit the show behind that. He actually quit the show. He was like, okay, thank you for the opportunity, but, let me go ahead and do my thing. I think it's time for me to move on. Then they got Luke James. Ain't that his name? Luke James, the singer, phenomenal singer. They got him to play that role, and they went out of their way to make him do these real gratuitous scenes with this trans person. You know, these real over the top love scenes with this person. Right. Then they got shows like P-Valley, where they lure you in. See, then what they do with these shows, they ambush you with the moisture. Like shows like P-Valley, they'll show you a bunch of big booty strippers, and dudes are like, oh, damn, I want to see that. Yeah, Omar from The Wire, they started easing these characters. If they couldn't put you in a dress, they'll ease something real funny style about you. Now, on these shows like P-Valley or whatever, they'll show all these strippers. They got a show about strippers. So, yeah, dudes, hey, I want to see that. I want to see some strippers. So you tune in to see strippers, and then they're twerking in one scene. You're like, damn, I like this show. And then in the very next scene, there's two dudes bent over. You're like, whoa, 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 what the hell? So you have ambush promotion of the agenda. They ambush you with it. Just like on the Power show. Now, I haven't seen the new season. I got to watch it, but one of the seasons just kind of threw me off, man, because I'm like, it gets good, and then all of a sudden, one of them damn Drew scenes, they got the Moist brother Drew, and they just have him doing these just out of place sex scenes with dudes for no reason. It don't even go with the storyline. Yeah, and the producers, they realize with the Drew scenes, when Drew shows up, people are going to tune out. So what they would do, they'll show like a real dramatic scene that's almost like a cliffhanger, and then the very next scene, they show Drew somewhere bent over. Like, dude, they got to really ambush you with the Drew scenes. They got to ambush you with it. They hit you with it, and they blindside you with it. Yeah? Yeah, Will Smith, they got him in 6 Degrees of Separation back in the 90s. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's very ritualistic. So, fast forward to our brother Denzel. So they never got Denzel. They never really got him in the movies doing anything funny style or not masculine or in a dress or nothing. So they figured out a way to do something with Denzel. They have him in this period piece, Gladiator 2. It's a period piece. It's a Gladiator 2 movie. And I want to see it. And, you know, I want to see Denzel do his thing. So in the Gladiator movie, from what I understand, they got Denzel kissing a guy. Now, it's based on the kiss of death that the Romans would do. They would do the kiss of death before they had you killed. But, you know, again, that's them trying to Trojan horse the BS in. You understand? So they're doing it under the guise, yeah, we want you to kiss a guy, but it's based on history. Yeah, it's not really sexual. It's just kind of based on history. Now, from what I heard, it's a deleted scene, but they have him out here on the press junket talking about it. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting with this. Now, let me play a couple of interviews that Denzel has done talking about this kiss with a dude. All right, hold on one second. All right, hold on. This is one. I'm going to play a couple. All right, y'all bear with me. All right, here we go.
There's a line in this film that you say along the lines of not preferring women some days. And then I also read that Ridley Scott kind of maybe thought your character had a twinkle of bisexuality. Do you feel like queerness
He would sleep with anybody.
Okay, yeah, that's
why stop at bisexuality? Animals, you know.
Fantastic.
He's a fantastic. Wait a minute, slow down.
No, I'm kidding. No,
he said fantastic. That rolled out kind of quickly there. All right, partner. You know, that gives a new meaning of riding a horse, huh? He's blushing now. He's blushing.
I can't believe I've been perceived.
Something you want to talk about? Hey, give me these.
No, God.
So when you
They're all
rode that
about
horse,
horses.
it's about horses.
They're all about horses.
All right.
Okay. But basically, I wanted to ask, do you feel like these films sort of underplay the queerness that obviously was present at the time, or?
I think it was so prevalent that it's not an issue. You know, there's a need. I don't know if there's a need, but there's and desire is not the word either. There's an attention that that community gets now that they wouldn't have gotten then because there was no need.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got Denzel playing the game right now. Yeah, they got him playing the game. So they got our brother kind of walking the tightrope. They kind of got him playing the game here a little bit. They got my brother playing the game. We're not throwing Denzel under the bus, but you know, the Hollywood system, they got him playing the game a little bit. There's another interview. Let me play that real quick. But yeah, this is the Hollywood game right here. Yeah, it's the Hollywood game. It's playing the Hollywood game. Hold on, where is that? Okay, right here. Here's another one. And this is where they talked about, they did the kiss, but they cut it out of the film. All right, hold on one second. All right.
Your character makes a few remarks throughout the film about having a relationship with other men in the film. So I wanted to ask, how gay is the Roman Empire?
The entire empire, or I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it. They cut it. I think they got chicken.
I was going to ask because I just heard about the Paul and Pedro forehead kiss that apparently got cut from the movie.
I'm not sure about that one, but I kissed the guy full on the lips, and I guess they weren't ready for that yet.
Your character makes a few remarks throughout the.
Okay, yeah, Lord, I'm glad they. Okay, oh Lord. So yeah, that's them. That's a buck breaking ritual. They're trying to buck break our brother. They're like, because Denzel's about to retire. I think Denzel, he's about to get out the game. Denzel is a legend in the game. He's been in the game for a long time, and they're like, oh, before you go, we gotta buck break you a little bit before we let you go. Now we're not gonna let you get up out of here. Oh no, Mr. Denzel, you're not gonna have that long, illustrious career. We're not gonna get you one time now. Oh Lord. Oh, we got to get you one time. We're going to have to get you doing something. Yeah? So they're trying to buck break our brother. And we love Denzel. That's our brother. And that's how the Hollywood system is, man. That's what the Hollywood system is. And they cut that out the scene in the movie. And they're going to probably sit on it and release it years later. They're going to release that clip years later. Yeah? But it's very real. The buck breaking is very real. Family, going back to buck breaking, the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight, did y'all see where Tyson was in the dressing room doing an interview? I think he was talking to his son. He walked off and the cameraman followed him. Mike's whole ass was out. Everybody's like, oh, what the hell? Now, family, that wasn't by accident. The cameraman knew what they were doing. They knew that man didn't have no clothes on down there. Well, he had on a jock strap, but his ass was out. And I think that was deliberate, them showing him like that. Like they're like, look, we got a plantation buck that we're about to break. You know? I don't think that was an accident at all. Yeah? But they want guys, strong, powerful black men, to get into these ritualistic, buck-breaking scenarios when they are in masculine positions. It's very important, if you're going to be a masculine black man, we got to do something that will offset your masculinity to a certain degree. You see? So Mike Tyson getting in this fight, going to this battle, they're showing his butt cheeks, and then the white boy, who's basically an amateur still, ends up beating him, and many people believe it's rigged. People say that that's part of the buck breaking ritual. Did you guys see our good brother John? Did y'all see the legendary? Hold on, let me show y'all this clip. Let me get that together. Let's get our good brother John. John was he was in a battle, he was in a match, and he put in some work. He knocked his opponent out and won the match, and then he started doing the Trump dance. It was very funny, but hold on, let me play this. And shout out to John Jones. John, hold on. What was that movie with Damon Wayans? Hold on. Was that the great? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, he came in the ring looking like Damon Wayans in The Great White Hype. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, John Jones. His midsection was a little pouchy. He had a kind of a pouchy midsection in the film. The midsection was a little pouchy. Hold on 1 second. Let me play a clip of John Jones knocking the dude out and doing the Trump dance because Trump was there. So he did a little Trump dance for Trump. Hold on. Fair use, by the way, fair use. Hold on. So yeah, that's a hell of a comeback. They said that he was looking like this for a minute. He was coming in. They said John Jones, his midsection was looking a little bit like this when he went in there. But he did his thing. Shout out to our FBA brother, John Jones. That is our FBA brother. Shout out to him. He did his thing. Yeah, he had the dad bod. He came in there with the dad bod, but the kicks were still on hit. He's a monster with it. Oh yeah, John Jones, he be sparring with with my brother Michael Jai White. So I know Michael probably showed him some of them powerful kicks. But yeah, John Jones, he whooped on the white dude with the John went in there with the dad bod. Yeah. I think he got that kick from Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White be knowing the more powerful ass kicks. And he was sparring with Michael Jai White, and Michael was showing him some of those death moves that Mike be knowing. So yeah, that was a great kick. That was a powerful kick. So shout out to our FBA brother. Went in there with the dad bod. Come on, brother. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he did what Tyson should have done. Yeah, man, look, people were like, Tyson, man, when you look at Tyson's training videos, Tyson was all over the place. Tyson was all ducking. I mean, Tyson was lightning fast, then got in the ring, up there gnawing on his damn glove. And that whole Tyson thing, man, it looked rigged. Yeah, it ain't about just age. People are like, well, he was older. Man, Tyson could have really put it on, dude. There was some open shots that Tyson could have took. He just wasn't taking them. He just sitting up there biting his glove. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, John had been sparring with our brother Michael Jai White, so it looked like Michael put him up on game on some of them powerful death kicks, you know? So shout out to John Jones. Yeah. But family, listen, man. You know, the agenda is very, very real. It's a very real agenda out here, man. Speaking of sports and speaking of moisture, man, LaMelo Ball. Y'all heard what happened with LaMelo Ball? Did y'all know LaMelo Ball? LaMelo Ball. Who does LaMelo play for? Who does he play for? The Charlotte Hornets. He plays for the Charlotte Hornets. Do y'all know they fined him? They fined LaMelo Ball $100,000 for saying no homo. Y'all know that? He did a post-game interview, and he was just, you know how they'll say something, and they play the pause game or whatever. Oh, no homo, no diddy, whatever. They fined this dude $100,000. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. This is what they fined him for. This was very innocent. It's just street dude talk. But again, this is part of the buck breaking ritual. Stuff like this is a form of buck breaking. Hold on.
You said that last play when he took the shot? Yeah, we loaded up. No homo. See, that's what we wanted. Put the hand up. You said that last play when he took the shot? Yeah, we loaded up. No homo. See, that's what we wanted. Put the hand up.
That was it, right there. Right there. That was oops. That was hate speech. Oh, that was hate speech. You know? They said that was hate speech. $100,000 damn dollars. That's the cost of a house. Yeah? Hold on. Straight up, man. $100,000 damn dollars. First comments after being fined. Okay, I'm looking at some of the stories now. So yeah, he's charged for using anti-gay language. Boy, if you say anything, you don't even have to say it to somebody from that community. And the punishments come down heavy. You see, that's why I don't buy anything when it comes to us. When people spew anti-black racism against us, they always play it off as free speech. NBA fines, Hornet Star, $100,000 for anti-gay. Okay. So yeah. So family, this is why we have to make sure that we get these same kind of protections. We got to make sure we get these kind of protections because, look, they had a whole bunch of white supremacists marching around Columbus, Ohio, yelling the N-word. Now, there were some brothers and sisters pressing them, and they were walking real fast, getting the hell up out of there. But just the fact that these folks are allowed to walk around engaging in anti-black hate speech, the only hate speech that's acceptable is anti-black hate speech. And we have to say enough is enough. We have to say that's not acceptable. Or we're not going to support these political candidates, or we're not going to support none of these other agendas. We have to start telling people, hey, if people are going to engage in anti-black hate speech or anti-black rhetoric, there has to be some kind of punishment mechanism. You see? There has to be some kind of punishment mechanism. We can't keep going for the okie doke, ladies and gentlemen. Because people sit up here and play these games with us, and they always play it off to the left. There was a child, this was in Maryland, I think. There was a black child in Maryland, a second grader. Let me show y'all this story. Let me see if I can play the news part of the story. There was a 7-year-old who was at school, and he was found hanging by his neck in the bathroom by an older student. We think the student is white because they're hiding the identity of the student and the family. And I want y'all to look at this article, this story here. The child survived. The child had some very bad bruises on his neck. The parents had to take this kid out of school. But look at this. Hold on.
Grader was hospitalized this weekend after he was injured in a bathroom incident inside his elementary school. News 4 started asking questions to the school district and local law enforcement after an Instagram post from the boy's mother went viral. New this evening, News 4's Derek Ward interviewed the boy's parents who say they still want more information about what happened.
It happened Friday at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School in Waldorf. The parents of a 7-year-old second grader got the call that every parent dreads. We're protecting their identities and that of their child.
I got a message saying that he was in the back of the ambulance with the principal, and they didn't give me, in the message it didn't say what was the reason.
And when he was given more information from the principal, it only led to more questions.
She told me that he was in the bathroom with another student and somehow, some way, he ended up on the hook.
This letter went out to parents from Barnhart principal Carrie Burke. It reads, 2 of our students were reportedly horseplaying in a school bathroom when one student's jacket got caught on a stall door hook.
That's splaining like a mug. That's splaining.
The student was not able to free themselves, and the other student involved was also not able to help them.
Once we got to the hospital, the principal told me how she found out son. She said that he was foaming at the mouth and unresponsive.
Wow.
And she had to get him down.
The principal's letter also sought to dispel the initial notion that characterized this as a possible suicide attempt. But the 7-year-old's mother says she finds the horseplay explanation equally difficult to fathom.
What type of horseplay leaves a child up on a hook?
An Instagram post about the incident has gone viral. The students' parents say they want attention brought to the situation.
This was in Texas. For some reason, I thought it was Maryland. Wait. Maryland. It says Maryland. Okay. Up here it says Maryland. Somebody said Charles County, Maryland. Okay. It says Maryland. Okay. Hold on.
They want answers, but they don't want the wrong kind of attention. They say they're not feeling hatred toward the other child, whom they know only as a 4th grader.
We don't want any harm done to this child because we've seen what social media does when something this serious does happen.
Their son is out of the hospital, but his parents say he's still traumatized, especially talking about the incident.
Every single time I try to get into details, he just busts out crying. I mean, I have so many questions, and I just want answers.
The Charles County Sheriff's Office tells us they're working with the school system to investigate this incident. In Waldorf, Derek Ward, News 4.
Translation, it's a white kid. Sound like it's a white kid that they're protecting. It's like, I'm white and I say so. Oh, it was horseplay. See, when there's a hate crime towards us, oh, they were just kids being kids. Oh, it was a nothing burger. Oh, maybe it was suicide. Maybe the 7-year-old wanted to kill himself. Stop. We get splaining. We get a lot of splaining, ladies and gentlemen. Family, that's why we got to start circling our wagons. We have to circle our wagons, ladies and gentlemen. Get on code and look out for each other, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to start looking out for each other. When you got these white supremacist groups marching around, your kids being attacked at school and targeted at school, we got to be on code because they're on code. You understand? And we got to protect ourselves by all means necessary. Yeah? And that's from everybody because, listen, did y'all see Myron, the Tether Gaines? There was a black woman who went up there to his show and they basically tried to jump her. Some Cuban chicks tried to jump her, white chicks, whatever. They tried to jump her. Now, the woman, she was handling the women trying to jump her. She was handling those women. And then Myron was cursing her out, calling her the N-word. I'm talking about with the hard ER. Let me play I don't think I can play the audio. It's so much cursing in it. I don't want to get a strike. But let me play the visuals of what went down. And y'all bear with me. I go in and out with the audio because it's so much cursing in there. I don't want to really get a strike. So hold on one second. Okay, let me do this. Hold on. Let me bring it up. All right, hold on. So this is what's going on. So that's Myron right there. So I got to be very careful. Hold on.
And everything you're saying to me will bounce off of me and stick right back to you. And the bitch that you fucking on.
So that's Myron cursing her out with his little tight pants on, with his little moist self. That's Myron Gaines. All right.
Do it. Get the fuck out, bro.
So that's the black lady there cursing her out. Now they were saying she is from Texas, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, she.
This is Florida. This is Florida. Stand your fucking ground.
So I'm looking at her. I'm like, yeah, she don't really look FBA.
Yeah, you look like shit.
So yeah, Myron's talking trash about.
You look like fucking shit. You're literally, your underwear is showing and your stomach is hanging.
Look at this
disgusting.
Man, look at this
disgusting.
Man. When y'all come to this podcast, just know that these people right here are going to make y'all feel like y'all ain't shit.
So she's going up there.
He's dumb as fuck. I have braids in my hair, and this ignorant nigga who...
Okay, so she's arguing with Myron Gaines. Hold on.
Stand your ground state. Okay? Yeah, you stupid dick.
Okay. So this woman is Haitian and Bahamian. Found out she's actually Haitian and Bahamian. All right? Now that's significant, family.
Don't worry.
Do it.
Oh, this the same nigga that came for Asian.
Do it. Do it.
Okay, let me say this. Okay. Now we know Myron Gaines is bitch made. We know that. He's a bitch made coward. But I'm not going to put the cape on for the lady. I'm not going to put the cape on for her. I'm not. And I don't like what happened to her. They shouldn't be jumping on sisters. They shouldn't. But the thing is, the only women I see who be going up there like that and be getting in situations are Caribbean women. No, this ain't staged. No, this ain't no damn stage. Myron is like that for real, for real. The Caribbean women be going up there. They offer them money. They offer them money to go up there because she was complaining about not getting her money. So they know how to get these Caribbean women up here to shame them, have people jump them. I don't know if they signed some kind of agreement when they show up so that they can't sue or whatever. But the fact that these women keep going up there knowing what the vibe is like, that's on you. Yeah, y'all going up there with these dudes, you know they're anti-black, but the thing is, y'all think they're just going to be anti-black to foundational black Americans. A lot of y'all women, y'all non-FBA women, y'all look at Myron and his other homie, y'all look at them as your fellow immigrants. They're like your little fellow tethers. And you think you're going to go up there and get some clout from one of your fellow immigrants, and then they flip on you and use you and degrading you as a form of content. Myron is playing up to the white supremacist crowd. You understand? Myron, look, the worst kind of white supremacist is a wannabe white supremacist. Myron knows that all of his white supremacist buddies look at him as being a little foreign Negro. He knows that. So he has to go over the top with his anti-blackness in order to appease the white listeners. And he knows that he's the mascot for white supremacy. So he's going to go real hard in the paint. He's going to go extremely hard in the paint. Now, he can't pull that with too many FBAs. With FBA women, especially in Florida, the FBA family will surround that damn studio. You understand? The FBA family will surround that damn studio down there. You pull that on some FBA sisters. Some phone calls will be made. And you definitely ain't going to pull that with no brother around. You understand? So they know who to pull that little routine on. They know how to pull it on people who are vulnerable. And they know that Caribbean women are vulnerable and African immigrant women are vulnerable because, number one, the dudes ain't going to really ride for them. Let's keep it a buck, because he pulls that nonsense on them Caribbean women all the time. And them dudes don't ride like that. They ain't riding on that dude. Yeah? They know who to pull that with and who not to pull that with. And they know those other tethered dudes in there, they ain't going to do nothing. You understand? They know who to pull that. Listen, I done been up against them dudes when they were in their little spaces denigrating black society. I popped in that room and I smoked and destroyed all of them. It was Myron and about 10 other ones. I went in there and smoked all of them. I had all the smoke for them. And I embarrassed all of them. They're still mad at me now because of that. Yeah? But listen, They know who to pull that nonsense around and who not to pull that around. They know not to do nothing like that when some FBA brothers are around. See, it's a lot of immigrant dudes in the room with Myron. Those other black dudes, those are other tethers. Because FBA brothers wouldn't let a dude come out of pocket like that on no sister anyway. You couldn't do no shit like that around me. You understand? Myron pulling, no. You understand? They know how to do stuff like that to certain people. They know how to pull that game on certain people. Yeah? So yeah, these guys are cowards, man. These guys are straight up and down cowards. So yeah, ladies, and I'm talking to y'all Caribbean women and some FBA women. If some, the Asian doll chick is not FBA. Somebody said Asian doll. Asian doll is not FBA. From what I understand, I don't know. From what I understand, it's so many dolls out here. Asian doll, China doll, doll this, Asian money, Asian spices, all these Asians and dolls. I really wish y'all stop using the Asian name, all right? Y'all really wish y'all stop doing that. Stop giving props to other culture. All right? Y'all stop that Asian doll and Asian love and Asian this and Asian that. Yeah, y'all cut that out. Yeah, the Myron this is a musty ass fleeing tether. They always pull up on women. They always pull up on women. Somebody said Asian doll is Caribbean. Right. Yeah, Cuban doll, all that doll stuff. No, we got a lineage. We ain't got to try to tether on to nobody else's stuff. You FBA doll. That's what the hell you should be if you were that. But a lot of the dolls, Asian this, Asian that, many of these are Caribbean women. Yeah? Many of those are Caribbean women. Yeah? Yeah. Just like the mafia names. Yeah. Cats, they got to cut that out. With that, the Gottis and all of that, when John Gotti was clicked in with the white supremacists in prison. They didn't like black folks. Yeah? No, I don't think Glorilla's an immigrant. I don't think she is. But yeah, the Myron Gaines, people like that, they got to go double hard in the paint for white supremacy. Because Myron, he understands that he's a mascot, and they understand that mascots have short shelf lives. And he's an Arab mascot. So he's not even the chosen of the preferred mascot. See, white supremacy, every blue moon, they have their mascots that they like to choose. Sometimes it's Asians, then it's Hispanic. They like to use their mascots as basically buffers against black society. White society, they've always done that. They've always found some buffer. Now recently, they're trying to do with Asians. They're trying to do the whole model minority with the Asian thing. Remember, the 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they couldn't stand Asians. Because of the wars that were going on over there. They were showing images of Asians in a very negative light. They would show the stereotypical Asian with the teeth and all of that. Bruce Lee, the legendary Bruce Lee, when he was on the Green Hornet, they had to try their best to hide his identity. Bruce Lee was supposed to be in a television show called Kung Fu. They got a white man who kind of looked Asian to play the character. They had David Carradine. How many of y'all remember Kung Fu from the 70s? How many of you guys old enough to remember that? In the 70s, there was a show, and we loved this show because, anything having to do with karate or kung fu, we loved it. But there was a little, when you look back at it, the show was real janky. It was a janky-ass show. It was a show called Kung Fu. It was about this Asian drifter who wandered into the West, into the old West, and he was a very peaceful man, but he would have to use his kung fu on the racist white people. You know? And he would always, you watch the whole show and he does like one little old slow motion ass kick. But yeah, that was supposed to be Bruce Lee. They were like, Bruce, we want somebody Asian, but not that Asian. You're a little bit too Asian. Oh, you're a little bit too Asian. Yeah, I know the character is Asian, but not Asian. We still need a white man to do this thing. They got a little David Carradine to do the role. You think? Yeah, that was Bruce Lee's script. Yeah, they just took it. That's Hollywood. They will take your stuff now. They'll take it. You know? But look, in Hollywood, again, at the time, they didn't like Asians. They didn't like Asians. Yeah? But we were the ones supporting those kung fu movies, and we were the ones who were making those Asian movies hot. They were showing those Asian movies, those little cheap movies from China. They were showing those in the movie theaters that we frequented. That's why they would show the blaxploitation movies, and they'll show the Asian karate movies. So we'd get our little $2 and we'd go sit in the movie theater. How many of you guys, when you were kids, you get your little $1.50, sometimes it was $1.50. You go to the little grindhouse theater. There was always these theaters that were real big, but they were losing a lot of business because of white flight. So what they would do, because a lot of black people were in the area, they would just show blaxploitation movies and karate movies. So you would watch these triple features for $1. You go in there for $1.50 and be in there all day, because you'd be in there buying popcorn. They would make their money off the concession stands, because you'd be in there eating popcorn all damn day. So I would be in them theaters, me and the homies, just watching them Dolomite and Superfly, Shab, just watching all those movies and the karate movies all day. So we were really promoting that thing. But they've always found at different times certain buffer groups that they would elevate as substitutes for us to a certain degree. That's why when you got the Hispanics running around here talking about some Juan Crow, like, yeah, black folks had Jim Crow and we had Juan Crow. That's cap. Because one thing the dominant society would do, they would always try to elevate certain Latinos as the desired dark minority. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't have the same discrimination against Latinos. Because remember, man, you had people like Cesar Romero, who was Latino. You had Ricardo Montalban. He was a Mexican actor, Mexican-American actor, who was around for a long time. He was acting he was in the game for a long time. He was in Fantasy Island. He was Mr. Rourke in Fantasy Island. Y'all remember that? You had, the 1950s, you had Desi Arnaz. Ricky Ricardo, he was on TV every day, every week. They didn't have a problem with Ricky Ricardo, married to Lucy. Yeah, he was a Latin guy, but they just looked at that as him being an exotic white man. You know? They looked at him as just being an exotic white man. And then really going up into the 60s and 70s, you had Freddie Prinze, who was a comedian. Remember Freddie Prinze? In the 70s. He died, though. But they were really trying to elevate them, making them a thing. Eric Estrada, remember the TV show Chips? And remember Eric Estrada? They were really trying to make him a sex symbol. The white media, he was a dark brown Latino man, and they were promoting him as a sex symbol. Like, listen, we know you white women out there. We know y'all got a hankering for the brothers, so don't do that. We got something just as good. We got one of these spicy Latino men that you can rock with. Yeah, Chico and the Man. Chico and the Man was basically a carbon copy of Sanford and Son. So yeah, they would do these little offshoots of what black folks had popping. Yeah, they had Sanford and Son, and then they did a Hispanic version called Chico and the Man. Right? Y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that? Then they had Charo, remember her? The hoochie coochie girl running around. Yeah, and then on Sanford and Son, they brought in Julio, a Puerto Rican character. And then going into the 80s, You had Antonio Banderas, you had Edward James Olmos, Esai Morales, Lou Diamond Phillips. They really started to promote these Latino sex symbols. And then on TV, Saved by the Bell. They didn't have a black kid on there. No. A black male. They had a black girl, the Lisa girl, the black Lark Voorhees, real cute. But they didn't have a black boy on there. So if you want to have a masculine ethnic guy, let's get Mario Lopez. That's what we'll get. We'll get a kind of dark Hispanic. You see the game, how they play it? You see? Very interesting how they would do that. Yeah, Slater. So you can't have all those white women and a masculine black dude. So the replacement for the masculine black dude, you got to get a Hispanic guy. You see? So they've always played that game. They have always played that little game where they got these little buffer groups, and they would always usually get, the Menudo. Menudo was basically a little janky version of New Edition. Yeah? Yeah, Mario Lopez, he was the dark white type Hispanic, right. And then they had the so-called Latin explosion in the late 90s, early 2000s, where you got Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, and Jennifer Lopez, and Shakira. Yeah? It's heavy. Because you had, they wanted to balance out all of the sexy sisters. So that's why they had to elevate the J-Los and the Shakiras and all of these people to kind of balance out the Toni Braxtons and all of those fly sisters. Real interesting stuff, man. We got to understand the game. So they've always elevated these people as desirable buffers in place of us. So don't go for the blacks. We got something just as better. We got something just as better. Just as good. Yeah, Mark Anthony, yeah, they were promoting him. Yeah. So we got to understand how the game is played out here. We got to understand, Gloria Estefan, they were promoting that real heavy too. So we got to understand how that black male sexuality is always seen as a threat. Masculine black men, see, this all ties into what's going on now. Masculine black men, it's always seen as a threat. If there's a masculine black man, you always have to find a way to buck break them. Now, they don't really buck break too many of the Hispanic guys. You're not really buck breaking them. You're not buck breaking those guys. You ain't showing all of them in dresses, even though people like John Leguizamo has done the dress thing. But many of them, you don't have to buck break them like that. In fact, some of these guys, like Ricky Martin, this guy, his real life, a lot of folks don't know, he later came out in life that he was all into dudes. He was this supposedly big, male, exotic sex symbol, and he had a hankering for that pussy. Yeah? So the name of the game is to always squash the image of a masculine black male. You always got to buck break them. And you always have to show the black male his sexuality is dangerous and criminal. This ties into what they're doing with Diddy. See, this is why I'm not really co-signing that stuff, because nobody has really explained what Diddy has done illegal. Diddy was basically doing the same stuff he was doing in his videos. You understand? Diddy was doing the same stuff he was rapping about. If we want to be honest, that's why nobody can really say what was done illegally. And people just keep making these veiled threats about what's on these videos that nobody's showing. From what we see, Diddy was rapping about having parties, laying up with women, and when he stopped rapping, he went and had parties and laid up with women. And now that's like a gotcha. Or laying up with dudes or whatever he's laying up with. Yeah? It's a real interesting dynamic. Yeah, they haven't even found no victims for it yet. That's another thing. Yeah? Real interesting dynamic. But listen, family, let me get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in here because we're in here deep. Shout out to everybody in here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, everybody, go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Get this phenomenal book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. This is a phenomenal book, ladies and gentlemen. Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Very good book, ladies and gentlemen. And also make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. Make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum, ladies and gentlemen. Also get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com. Rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. Rootworkstyle.com. And get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter, at officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget to get, hold on, proud FBA hats. Get your FBA flag caps at officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. Get your FBA caps at officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm up out of here. Papiakute, Lalavuve to the family. Subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification so that you are notified when